Oh my gosh, you guys are the worst. But the
Yeah.
live tonight was awesome with Juma. But we had to have Rani on tonight because this week is a special week, the first time for the entire year.
Yeah or yes?
Oh, good.
Nah, but you sting by Owen. Oh gosh, Owen.
Nikon.
First time.
Nikon.
Yeah.
World.
If they didn't believe in Nikon, they believe now.
I still,
well,
yeah, I'm not cashing that
Yeah.
check. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I don't
That's
care what all the
fraudulent.
wars say, boy.
I wanna hear what
Understand?
Ronnie has to say to convince me
It's not
Nikon
about
is.
convincing. It's not about
No, but I
convincing.
need you to
Like,
convince me. I want you to convince me.
you see,
This
for a
whole
man
thing
like
is a-
Sian, I think for a man like Sian to need convincing is kind of like disrespectful because
Oh, wow.
Nikon was the man foundation, you know? Nikon allowed him to be who he was today. And then to come back around and say he need to be convinced.
I need to be convinced. I need
Nah,
to be
wrong,
For
convinced.
the man who gone switch to Sony just now, eh? But
Give
I
you a
digress.
chance, eh?
I digress.
Nah.
You ain't switching again?
Look, we have Chris here. Done drop a question. Good night, Chris. We
Oh,
start
yes,
a whole
Chris.
new live, so we have to go over as
Chris.
if we never saw you before.
But Chris, Chris definitely wants to leave Nikon, but he needs to know like where should he go. I tell him,
Yeah.
Canon.
Rani, answer that question for the
I was
Google
pushing
chat.
him for Canon, but
I
yeah,
tell
let
him
Rani
for
take it
Canon.
away. Take it away,
Yeah.
Rani. Sorry.
Convince him.
Take it away.
Convince a Nikon guy.
To convince
stay.
Chris, we need to understand why he wants to leave Nikon. You know, I just got diagnosed a problem and give him a solution.
Oh, look at you! Look at you!
I think Affordable Impulse just found his new sales agent.
Yeah,
As I said, new sales rep.
Because look at this, right? I'm sure Chris has a rent in the Z6 and the Z6 too. So he needs to tell us right now in the chat what he didn't like about those cameras.
But here, this man now, eh?
You understand? If he tell us what we don't like about the camera, then I could convince him of where he should go.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
That-
All right,
Because
I mean,
all right.
fair
I
enough.
think all of the camera bodies right now is a case of, like, people not satisfied. People just have the idea that they need to have a taste of every single thing. No, just pick something. Be
I
happy.
don't
with
feel that way.
it, son.
Mm,
Well,
Bruce,
we
you
could get to
biased,
differ on many things,
yeah,
right?
Bruce, we shouldn't even hear anything from you. You not looking
I
at
don't
anything
care,
else.
answer.
You not
I don't
looking
have
anywhere
opinions.
else.
I
Bruce
don't
don't
have
even-
feelings.
Bruce
Bruce
swap
don't even
a
go
Canon
out
L
and
series and
try
back
out
a
product.
iPhone on it. Uh-huh.
You understand? Bruce
Oh,
don't even try
gosh.
anything good up. So we can't take Owen opinion. Owen is stable in his ways.
Ooh.
Owen
Wow.
is stable,
Wow.
solidified. You
Yeah.
understand?
Wow.
Shots.
But
Pros, use pro gear. That's what I said.
we're waiting on
Um,
Chris to find out what he didn't like.
What you didn't like about the Nikon gear?
Because be honest with you, when I first rented the Z6 from Conrad and it didn't have no fancy face ID tech, I came back from that wedding like in focus. I was like, damn boy, and I was on Z6. So after that, I'm like, what people getting on so far? He said, "Oh, my concern is that Nikon has been dragging their feet, keeping up with the competition." But Nikon dragging their feet has nothing to do with your income, though. That's the reality. That's how I see it. Because if Nikon they give us the Z9 2 years ago, right? Let's be honest. How much are we get by that? It's like you're happy for
Randy
Nikon.
biting,
but
but
You're not putting
he
it in
coming
your
spicy
pocket.
tonight. He coming spicy tonight.
Yeah.
I am not feeling
like-
this
it's like-
man attacking me.
I feel
It's like I'm
I
driving
feel
a
attacked.
Toyota. It's like I'm
Uh-huh.
driving a Toyota Corolla. And
Uh-huh.
I am overly excited, yes, about Toyota releasing a new crown. But that doesn't mean I'm going to own the crown. That has nothing to do with me.
Facts.
You understand?
But
That has
what
nothing
about the
to do
fact about trickling down though? I mean, you could
Yeah,
argue the fact
it
that
would
the
trickle
Z9
down.
tech.
It would trickle down. Look at it this way.
Mhm.
Apple released the M1 last year.
Don't
Right?
blaspheme, good man.
No, I ain't blaspheming. Apple released the M1 last year.
Right.
And everybody would have felt like, yeah, boy, we reached
Perfection.
Reach perfection. But 1 year later, we realized that perfection has more bars. You understand? So
But I don't
the
understand the
Z9 come
correlation
out.
with Nikon though.
No, but what I'm saying now, the Z9 come out, right? Or you
Right.
might see, maybe you see the Z9, you might see Sony drop the A7 IV, you see Canon with the R3, the EOS R. They look like perfection. But the reality is that even if Nikon is last, it's just by a few seconds, milliseconds, that That milliseconds A translate into profit. You
You want me to
understand?
quote
If
Dom
A
from Fast and
translates into
Furious?
profit,
Phil,
So-
Phil just stick the dagger in, twist it, yank it, and then put it back in to
Nah,
make
he-
sure.
he-
And
break
roll
it.
it around.
And break it off.
Yeah, and break it off.
no, but I understand how Chris feels. Don't get me wrong, right? I have my
Here's what
opinion,
Chris saying. You make sure
but
you read
I
that.
understand how it feels because I too, as an icon shooter, feel like if I'm missing out something, like I'm missing out something. But after I held that Sony camera from Conrad, I was like, I'm missing out nothing. My hand cramped me one time.
Which one was
You
that?
understand? That was the A7R3. No, the A7
Okay.
III.
It's same
But I
body.
believe
Yeah, but if you hold the A7R4 with the new body
True.
and
That was
your
saying
hand ain't gonna cramp you.
it might change. I might feel a different way. Like for me, the
On
one
the new A74.
I think like Sony has
they can
released
have the new
premium glass that loves people. Like when you look at the 135, I mean, I saw it in person the other day from Conrad, and I was like, I watching that lens the whole day. You know, I ain't a wedding live streaming, and I just watching that lens like, boy, when Nikon doing it yourself, boy, I get
But they
upset
dropped
with
the 85
Nikon.
though. They dropped the well, they announced the 85 though, the 85 1.2.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
Who buying that?
I wanna buy it, but
Randy gonna buy that.
Unless Conrad buy it, then I use it.
if and this to me there's the problem with Nikon. Locally especially,
yeah, Nikon have no resale value.
the people who use Nikon do back Nikon. Well enough. They were back Sigma, they were back Tamron, they were back Tokina, they were back Viltrox,
Sigma.
they were back Rokinon.
You're
back
wicked,
to-
Conrad. You're wicked.
they
You're
were-
wicked.
No, I
They were
want to
back-
hear Randy's views on this.
They were
Please,
back with
Randy,
what the bank account could afford, eh?
Yeah, but
That's a thing you're seeing.
but
Nikon allowing everybody to get great results. People, you have a lot to choose from. You have a lot
But
to
look
choose
at
from.
Canon
If they don't
guys.
have-
Canon guys would say, here's what. I love Canon. I'm not getting anything else but
That's
Canon.
true. I've seen that.
I'll buy
people would
I'll
never
save
touch
up
a third
until I
party.
can afford the Canon L series and then I'll buy it. I'm
Correct.
not buying no Tamron. I'm not buying any Sigma. You always say Owen. Sigma always back focusing. It
Yes.
don't do it again, but for
That is-
nothing is
Hopefully,
as good as
You
Canon.
probably don't need
Hey,
a
hey,
dock
hey, hey,
again.
hey, Sigma, don't back focus on mirrorless buy. Relax.
Well,
But
that's
that's,
the
what, that's
thing.
what we say.
That had to
They-
do with
they
the
don't do it again.
technology in the camera, not the lens. Lens
So
is trash.
to me, the hardest thing, Nikon's biggest problem, besides, I think Rani went on about it last week. That was the putting it in the hand of artists and creators
Yeah.
and whoever on YouTube.
Just give
Um,
people the thing.
Besides that, we have guys who kind of stuck, and it kind of is Nikon fault, I would say as well, because for example, video, they almost ignored video for several years. So it's kind of hard to attract new persons because video is the thing now. How we going to get persons? I mean, we all see the jokes on forums. Today I saw one, somebody say if the person who does use Nikon for videos is the same person who's used Internet Explorer. Yeah, I was like, okay, damn. Yeah.
That's
it's
what
like-
girls are using there, man.
The depths of that, boy. The depths of that. Safari.
it kind of was harsh, I find, but
That is very devil-like, dude. That's evil.
that's tough, right?
That is
That's
hard.
yeah.
that is absolutely evil to say something like that. Funny,
But
but
Actual.
evil.
in all honesty, I look at it this way. I think Nikon has something about their video I don't love. And
I love their video.
no, okay, let me
I
see.
love their video, to be honest.
You could quicker
Very
pick up a
lovely.
Sony or a Canon and know nothing at all, especially Canon, and just flip a switch and record, and you will be satisfied.
Hold on, this man
Get
said.
out. Not being honest with
It
you.
could be a dumb blonde and use a Canon, that's what you're saying?
Oh,
It's true. I'm telling you, in my
It's gonna
experience,
be
you
okay.
just flip a switch, and whatever that Canon throws out,
he
in
just
video
insult
files,
everybody this afternoon tonight.
you're good. No,
Ranny spicy at
but Nikon takes a little bit of finesse. Like you gotta go through the settings, take down sharpening.
I
finesse my
don't think
foot.
so.
But see,
because
you might not think so
I took
because
his
you are
Z6.
experienced. You
I
experience
mean-
now. You experience
I
now.
mean, I mean,
Just
just like
like
Juma,
in Trinidad with an Nikon.
what's that?
One of Gary camera guy. He used the Nikon
Um,
Z6.
No. I say music video.
Oh,
Oh,
I know
music
Gary
video.
camera guy shoots Nikon, right? But
Yeah.
I know when I look at the footage, as much as I love the video, I am seeing something about Nikon that has always been there with the video quality that I don't like. Is a
Justin does video.
kind of
He came right here.
sharpness to the video that
Justin,
is
he's right
like
here. Second to last comment here.
Okay. Autofocus because I shot some. That's what this
it's
And
not even
Justin does
autofocus for me with the video. It's more of like the final product of the video out of camera just looks funny enough. This guy photo Ike on YouTube. When he shoots his videos on the same Nikon, I'm watching it in 4K and I'm like, damn, this quality looking good. But when I trying to recreate something, I'm like, this is
Same.
something off. Something off with the
So it's just user error.
You're not internally
that's what I'm telling
recording?
you. I'm telling you.
You're
So
not
that
recording
was,
to like an Atomos or something?
I'm shot
I
with the
think he
Sony.
does.
Huh?
Atomos.
Yeah, he recording
How'd
some
it be?
higher bitrate thing, flat thing.
How'd it
like
be?
that.
But I love
Show
Nikon standard photo profile. I love
With,
that
with
for
the
video,
sharpness,
though.
with the sharpness not
Serious.
altered.
Yeah. Well, I think all right. So I
And
use.
Kyle?
You sure
Ask
about it?
Kyle.
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 Did you hear the voice, Kyle?
Hold on, now. They hear me this time, man.
Yes.
Yeah,
you hear
yeah,
me
yeah.
clearly, loud and clear.
Alright. You sure, boy? You see,
I do like their stand profile.
Nah, boy, because
I shot it with that. I
you ever
like it.
shot, you ever did anything proper with a Canon Xeon?
No.
I see.
No.
That's the
That's
problem.
why.
That's
well,
the problem.
your joy left to have
That's
in
the
your life.
problem
That's
there.
all I can tell you.
That's the problem there.
I mean, I'm not gonna mix with. I'm not gonna join into the rabs of Team Nikon and Ronnie. Let Ronnie do all the talking tonight. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, a tool is supposed to make the job easier. Shooting video on a Nikon makes your life hard. We not on it.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, that's a gavel drop.
I mean, I guess I just have a proper workflow to use Nikon whenever
Probably.
I use it. I guess it don't really. I don't know. I have a good workflow when it comes to Nikon and wedding and shooting
should line them
photos
up.
and thing. So yeah, I feel as though I
Yeah.
guess some of the stuff that
Are you
you
for
all might
that?
think it's just real hard to work with. I guess I don't.
Native
I
glass
probably
line.
don't use it like that then.
We should
I
line
probably
them
don't
up.
use it like that.
We should line them up.
Yeah, for me, I'm not saying it's not hard to work with for video, but there's something about the file, and as you all say, maybe I need to record 10-bit and with an Atmos, and
Ooh.
maybe I might see what I'm missing. But and then again, I'm not a video person, but I always had a feeling in the back of my mind that I would like to see Nikon succeed in the video realm, and maybe that's why I hold on to Nikon. Like I said, like one day I want to put out some kind of content with Nikon for video, and people will be like, "Oh, Nikon could actually do something." You know,
Probably it's the frame rates and stuff. I don't know. Probably it's.
I don't know.
Set your shot
Any
and
more
stuff.
ND filters? I mean,
We should try
I
it
don't
out
know.
at the Irani. We should do a
Yeah.
shootout. We should do a gas shootout.
Yeah, guys, shoot out with video. We
Mhm.
maybe have a live review of editing it, putting it together, and see what.
I know about all of that.
No, and I mean,
Yeah, I'm
we
out.
do.
I'm
We do.
out
We
with
don't have
that.
to edit.
I can't do
We
that.
could outsource. You understand? We just had to shoot and outsource the edit.
You can't pay for that.
Don't worry. We are a lot of creative minds in here. We have
Yeah.
people
So you
with
trying to sprang
M1s.
some people? All right.
We have people with M1s in here, and that
Could shoot you that in
Who
seconds.
people?
Right, try.
Seconds.
Which
Try,
people?
try. I just know the
Oh,
one
this
guy.
thing.
But
The same M1 only was about talking just now.
hey,
Two ports,
hey,
two ports.
The same M1 only
With the two
with
ports.
two
Dongle
ports,
life,
yeah.
dongle
Mr.
life.
Two port.
But Ronnie, tell me your
But
thoughts
you
on
realize
the
15 minutes in. Exactly. Thank you.
Nikon started.
15 minutes in and we didn't talk about the
Z.
Z9.
Yeah, Ronnie,
Yeah.
run us through the Z9, please.
Boy,
This
I'll
is
pull
your
up the
time to
spec
shine.
Sheet, boy. Pull up the spec sheet.
Oh wow.
pull up thing.
Pull up thing. Pull up thing.
And tell-
thing.
and-
Only thing
at
I
the
hear
end,
about the
tell us
Z9
how-
is that he had no shut account.
And tell us
That's
Watch
at the
out now.
end
You see if it's
how,
turn blue.
how you would use the Z9 at the end.
To be honest with you, I don't think I could. Well, not that I can't use it, right? If it give me it, I will use it. if
You're
you
gonna
give
buy
it
it.
a use.
As we're
She
saying.
feels excited.
For me, from a Nikon shooter
Mm.
perspective, coming up in the DSLR realm, I always admired Nikon's build quality. It feel like a tank. Like I remember my D750, my D7000, I would have like two fingers holding the grip, walking around like it was like the camera was one with
It
me.
was
Like,
this, yeah.
yeah,
Just have it swinging. Yeah, I remember those
just
days.
have it swinging. It's like when Juma say you don't use strap. I know how that feels. Being a Nikon shooter, you understand? And there was something that was always alluring about the they call it the D series, the D6, the D5, the D4. Like it's like something you just want. Like this milestone that they feel like you're coming closer to getting, but then it just further away. You know,
Why is
and
that?
huh?
Price.
Why is that?
I think it's the price and the reality of life. Like I'll buy this, but I can't translate it to profits. So
Understand.
it's more of like
Oh, I know that.
a strict want. It's like something that makes you feel good. It's like the man who buying, a little Prado to just go to Parliament when he could have do that with a little B12. He ain't going no off road. He ain't doing nothing. Half of the specs if he could make for he using. So he just feels good
The
to ride around in
analogies.
Prado. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a status symbol. Like
Conrad, I never see Conrad going off road with that van yet.
I
All that-
live off road, Pally.
That's why you know what to say. You ain't see
I
what the man
live
live.
off road.
Me
right,
understand.
that's right.
Live
Look
off
at the
road.
piece of Baba Green food.
People, if you want to know why you all never came to affordable imports, just ask these
live
guys
off
here.
road.
Yeah.
I live off road.
Man,
To
I don't-
go up is a ride, to come
the-
down is a ride.
I
They
just
fix
walk
them.
in-
They fix
I
them
don't really
potholes
have
yet.
to-
It's that. And that's not even an exaggeration.
I just
Oh,
walk
you
in.
need to raise that handle. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
there we go.
it. Alright,
That's
That
it,
man,
yeah.
I see that man reverse and drift
Yeah,
down he fast and furious the corner,
Yeah. He reversed the Tucson up the hill and traumatized Teresa to this day.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
bad after.
Yeah.
But it's good for the heart, though. A little jump is good for the
Yeah,
heart.
little
She'll
jumps
live
there.
longer. She'll live longer.
I remember I used to bring Sims up there. I'm not a game. Can't do. Can't do. She's like, Sion, where we going? I said, we're going by thing. You see that pothole? You cannot go in that. Do not go further. Do not go further. Turn around.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all
my
like
wife
Sim
my wife
said.
hit the pothole at night, and that was it. She was like,
But,
I done.
back with
Yes,
Yeah,
Rani.
yeah,
Yes,
Rani.
Rani.
Yes, sorry.
Sorry,
Z9.
Rani.
Z9.
Sorry, Rani.
Sorry.
I think overall with this whole, I think at this point in history in 2021, most of us or most camera bodies have a sensor that we can all be satisfied with, literally. No, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But
Even our Olympus? Even our Olympus
Yeah, you
micro
watch it.
photos?
No, wait.
Micro
Hold on.
loser.
But that's a sensor, I
Okay.
mean image quality. The sensors are
But you know
producing
it's a
image
sensor.
quality that I
Okay.
think almost everybody could be satisfied with. I even just miss my D7000 image quality. You understand? But I think at this stage, what people see that causes them to want to spend more money tends to be video features, tends to be autofocus. You understand? And persons have seen at the Z9 that Nikon has released that the autofocus is literally there with the other top two, Canon and Sony. Now,
Okay.
in my opinion, as I said, I could be wrong. I find it even the Z6. I even convinced my cousin to buy a Z6. I'm like, yo, that's a steal of a deal because I think he had like a D750 or something smaller.
Right.
Just buy it. And so far, he has been happy with it. You understand where I'm coming from? That's all he knows.
What does he do, though?
He just takes pictures more of a hobby, like family and friends. It's not like he does it out to make money because he's an old pharmacist, but he just likes photography. We talk about
so you
yeah.
that pharmacy money. Yeah. spend that pharmacy money.
Them
So
cars
is
alone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
so
man,
this
pull
is
out,
two?
pull out that like
No, it's just
like
the
money.
Z6 starting.
Okay.
Base.
It's
This
delivering. It's delivering. When you
Well,
look
if it's
at
one thing, Nikon sensor, Nikon image quality, you could push and pull
Facts.
that. Yeah, boy, you could do that. If that's one thing
Facts.
I would give Nikon for whatever they did with that sensor.
Who
You
does
could
make the
push-
sensor again?
Sony. So
Yeah,
you could
but-
push and pull their shadows, their highlights and stuff like that. So I'll give them that. I'll give them that for
What's-
that.
what's
And
wrong with
Sony
that?
does it too. So
For
As
sure,
Luke
man.
Skywalker and Darth Vader there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Nikon still has the colors, though. I mean, Sony does it great now, but Nikon has its own color science. And
Agreed, Justin.
it
Yeah,
looks
I
great.
and I
I mean,
I'm
everybody
into
had a
the color
secret sauce.
science.
It's the same beef everybody making burgers with. You understand?
It's just like the difference between sauce and the next and the
I do.
competition.
As I said.
I honestly can't do the same with Canon. I don't know if I don't know these days
Canon,
now,
Ross?
but
Pally,
Oh no, they got
No.
they got better.
they got better.
Yeah, but you know
they-
some of them have a green shift too.
they do.
Yeah.
I mean, Canon have the
Yeah,
colors
oh,
thing
blasphemy,
down definitely, but before
Check the
back
R6
then,
files, Owen.
I can push
I
and
know
pull.
these accents.
I can push and pull Canon files, Canon raw files, like I could do with Nikon, and that kind of threw me off a bit.
Because it's Sony sensor. Sony
I think
sensor.
Canon even
So
have
it's
their
good.
own BSI
Good.
sensors now, so yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
the only two things that really are important would be the Z9 for me. What I would like to have is just the body and the autofocus.
Alright.
It's-
Look, Kyle helping us here.
Yeah, you know.
Meet the flagship.
Yeah,
New
like
flagship.
literally, the body is perfection. All Nikon flagship bodies are perfection. I have yet to
It's-
meet somebody complain.
It's heavy though.
And
You
who
understand?
cares about weight?
I do.
People
All
with
of
back
us.
problems.
Yeah, everybody
People
cares
who-
about weight.
You
And
understand?
bench pressing a whole year because they're
Yeah,
home inside.
You
understand?
understand?
I'm not going through that with my.
So the
I'm
weight-
that with my
it's
eight.
still
I'm looking for the
same.
new Z9. I'll go and get the Z9. Hold on,
All right.
I have the
This is a
Z9.
first.
Hold on.
No, but Randy, for real, the weight is still the same as like the other iteration.
Z9.
Shane,
You're too wicked.
We go in with the
Nah,
Z9.
but
25,
it-
right? And it's green too.
And it,
that's the 10 tower. That's the 10.
And the whole color science right there.
this is us here tonight representing the Nikon Z9.
In all its glory.
Well,
We
Lindsay,
have
how
20 frames per second. There's the pinhole lens. You can see straight through it.
And the
Don't take it
40,
on.
the 40 F2.
Yeah, the 40 F2. Don't take it on. Anyway,
But
back to the regular schedule.
yes,
program.
but on a real, I think it's also it's a little heavier than the R3. I know that, but it maybe like 100 grams.
That's a lot.
I didn't really go through the specs to see the weight. Something Phil was saying earlier, Nikon really dropped a chess move because in the back of my mind, I don't see this thing was going to be about 7,000, 699, 695. And to see Nikon drop this at 5,500, I
That 30
guarantee
flippy
you,
screen there.
nobody was looking for that.
I like.
You
I
think
like
that'll
the
make a
screen,
difference,
sir.
Ryan?
I love that
What,
screen.
the
I
price?
love the tilty.
Yeah.
I think it will make a sign.
Yeah.
It might not
Yes,
make a,
that's
a
about the
difference,
price. Yeah.
but it will stop a lot of hemorrhaging.
I
You
don't
understand?
see
Like,
it by
person will be
anybody.
like, okay, well, cool. Because if you're already at the bottom, right? Everybody thinks
I
you're at
love
the
that.
bottom.
I love that tilted screen. I love that horizontal.
Everybody thinks you're at the
thing,
bottom already.
Vertical.
Why
I
you
love
want
that
to
shot.
price yourself out of that market? You understand? So just
Okay.
just put it lower than the competition. You're already at the bottom. You can't go lower than that. You understand?
Who is that guy using the camera though?
Making it look like. Oh, that's that.
Something, I know this guy. Johnson.
Yeah, I know.
no?
Was it? Isn't it Jordan something? Jordan
Yeah,
White.
some J something. Yeah.
Jordan White.
Why
huh?
he using the C-stand like that?
Gaffer.
This is just promotional. This is just promotional.
This is about Z9.
Yeah, but you
not
have to be
C-stand.
correct, though. You can't be coming
I love when I wish cameras do that more.
Yeah.
What's that?
I love
that tilted out
tilted
screen there.
vertical. I love.
Oh, the
that.
first time I saw that was Fuji. I think Fuji
Yeah,
was the first I saw did that.
I
You
think
wouldn't
Olympus
believe.
had something similar to it as well.
You wouldn't
We don't
believe
talk
how
about
I
that. Where's
wish Sony's
Olympus?
do that.
That's not the village at the bottom of the sea or something.
But the tracking, even
Wow.
from
No, that's
from
Atlantis.
That's
photos,
Calm down.
crazy.
when you
Yeah,
saw the
something
tracking, the 3D tracking from the Z9, it was
Yeah.
like, it ain't missing nothing. Like, what more would people want? You
A cheaper
understand?
Lighter
camera that could do it,
body.
like the Sony
Less
A7 III could do that.
expensive.
You know
And
what
that's
I
cheaper.
reckon?
You want
I
you want
recognize
Nikon
after
to release
Owen
a
said-
Z9 cheaper than 5,500?
The Sony.
How much for the
I mean,
R3 and how much for the A1?
The
With
Z6
grip.
too has good
What do you mean with
autofocus as
grip?
well.
Okay.
You understand
If
that?
you're looking at the price of a unibody system like the Z9, It's only fair that they put it side by side with the R3 with a grip, including a price tag, and the A1 with a grip with a price tag.
A1 don't need no
Where I'm
grip.
coming from? What figure we looking at?
Archie don't need a grip either.
It don't need it, but we had to add it to a fair comparison.
Or we could say Nikon Z9 need a Sawzall to compare with R3 and A1. We need to cut off that grip, make it smaller and more compact.
That's it. Because Archie have a built-in grip and it's smaller.
And lighter
But don't
too,
worry,
yeah.
Nikon already have the Z8s already locked and loaded with the same 45
Z8?
megapixel sensor. Yeah, they already have that.
Oh, Matthew Jordan Smith, right? Okay.
Yeah, they already had the Z8s and the same 45 megapixel sensor that was used in this. More than likely, is going to come into that. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the updated AF tracking as well. So
And that's
it's
in the year for load what, Ranny?
the way things going, look like 2025. You know,
Oh God.
2022 to be hopeful.
Again, pension by that, by.
Rani, what do you think Nikon could do? I remember the last time we talked about
What
putting
Nikon
it in
could
hand
do
of-
now, I'm telling you, Nikon's problem is not in equipment.
It's
I
not.
even think it's not. Nikon's problem has to do like core values and philosophy and their drive to succeed and be number one again. Because I think they have all the money, all the capital, all the gear that is needed. It's just that they just need to refocus. You understand?
Focus on what though? And they have good other
Refocus
on
on convincing us.
Conrad. No.
Basically,
You're too
Sony didn't simply become where it was just because it had
120 frames, by.
good cameras.
Yeah,
because they
but
didn't
that's
start
in
there.
You know what they
JPEG.
do?
Huh? That's
You understand?
JPEG.
When you know what they do? They take video. Basically, it's video.
No, but,
And they
but
call it-
that 120
Just say
frames is
that.
JPEG.
And then count the stills?
It's crop video that they counting as 8K JPEGs.
Yeah, it's JPEG. The 120 is JPEG.
They- Basically like a
Franny,
video,
boy. Trickery,
a
boy.
video frames.
Sleight of hand. That's a
This
result.
thing
into
could
it.
you had to read the fine,
It's
the fine
marketing,
lines.
come on, man.
And they calling it 120 frames.
Ranny, take away yourself, eh?
No, but what
Yeah,
Paul
but-
says is true. It's like for all these decades and a whole 10 years, and they didn't do anything
care
for
with
it.
us. Women didn't care about us.
Nikon felt like
be
an
real,
engineering
that guy.
company.
Yeah, no,
So
honestly.
Canon did care about all you.
Since
Since that say
Donut
Nikon
time.
and Canon didn't care about
Since
us,
the
and Sony cared about
Donut
us.
time.
You
Sony
go from
was the
0
only
to
one that
120
cared
in the
about
press of a
us.
shutter.
But they didn't tell you
that
that's
guy.
JPEG though. No, but at least Canon gave them something that they. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how
You were
to
slow
argue
to the
with that.
mirrorless game.
Sony
well, full
was the
frame
only
mirrorless
one
game.
that cared about us. Because of Sony, we have a Z9 and we have a R3 and we have
No,
the
but the
R6.
thing is, Sony
Facts.
actually just they saw a gap, and they filled that gap.
Could, because they cared about us.
I
Nikon
wouldn't
and
say
Canon
they care
didn't care
about
about
us.
us. They were just happy
I
giving us overpriced
Hey,
cameras.
Ola, pull,
I think-
fill, feed, send him home, fill it's bedtime.
I think
the kids
Nikon,
still tend to-
Can you all
Nikon-
see the chat? All I seen is the private chat. I know you even seen
Exactly.
like
I see
other
in the comments. You're not seeing
I'm
that?
not seeing it.
I know-
I'm not seeing
I only
either.
see in private
Strange.
chat. I know even seen the other.
I actually
comments. I thought
have
it was
the
just me.
Facebook open up side by side. So.
Oh,
But
no, I
anybody
see it
else
from
seen
inside.
the comments from the?
Nah, I
other-
don't see nothing.
I'm seeing it.
Yeah, I only see in private chat. Anyway,
I wonder
yeah.
why.
Yeah, so back to what I was saying, Nikon and Canon did not care about us collectively. Sony
Correct.
Do
came
say that.
along.
My daddy always liked me. You understand? Do worry about that.
Yeah, you live in
Stop.
you live in a bubble, but that's fine.
I live in a
Oh,
no
Lord.
bubble.
I wouldn't say
5D
here,
Mark
right,
IV was
okay.
all I required and needed.
No, but I wouldn't say that it didn't care, but I felt as though it took a while
in
for them
denial.
to catch up. No,
They
hear
took
me
a
out.
while.
Hear me out. Hear me out. It's not they
Having a
they
fucking
won.
interview.
I feel as though
Yeah.
when Sony did the thing and they realized that it was heating and whatever, and it took Sony the third iteration to get it right. Around that time, Nikon and Canon was looking at it still and being like, okay,
Yeah, this is getting fresh out
okay.
yet.
You know, they were still trying to. I feel as though they had plans. They
They're
had
still
more
squeezing all
plans
the
with.
DSLR.
Yeah, they had to. They had to. They
And one to
basically
that,
get rid
Phil.
of that.
One to that.
And
Yeah.
Sony
you know,
forced
it
their
took
hand.
them a while. It took them a while to get where they're supposed to get there. But Canon got there pretty.
Yeah, they pivot faster.
They pivot.
But
really
they
because
had
fast.
they had dual
Take their
pixel
time.
AF.
take their time and let go
Nah.
something that makes sense first.
Nah, I think Canon knew where they were. They had the share already, the market share,
Yeah.
and they saw Sony coming for that share. And when they saw that happen, like Phil said, they dropped the 6D Mark II and try and convince people to, hey, now use a camera with your mirror flipped up. And people was like, no, that's not
No.
mirrorless. We want a
No,
mirrorless
we don't
camera.
want that.
And yeah, that's when they say, okay, hold the R, quick, please, just hold the R.
So
And guys jump
honestly,
on the R
I
and
feel
do
as
it.
though
we
like
have a mirrorless
Canon,
camera, but it's not as good.
I feel like also Nikon and
Because-
Canon they didn't understand that people were trying to go lighter, they're trying to go smaller, they were just trying to pump
Yeah,
out the bigger
correct.
ones and thinking that is what a professional in their mind that's what a professional photographer is.
See,
But
I don't
Sony
agree
was
with
like,
you.
no,
I'll
listen,
cut you off.
listen.
Honestly,
Listen.
I can't take it. I can't take
Well,
it.
no, I
Listen.
had to come back too.
I
I
can't
had
take
to
it.
come back
The reason
too.
why I can't take it is because Nikon and Canon already amassed a certain amount of F mounts and what's Canon again?
EF.
Yeah.
EF lenses, right?
The kind
So
of
you
those
have a
jumpy.
company that
Well,
have
yeah, I no choice. I had to
200,
jump.
400,
Yeah.
and you expect them tomorrow to just get up and give you a mirrorless? What Sony was losing? Sony was losing nothing.
But couldn't they make
Who
a
went to mirror?
couldn't
had
they make a
SLT.
mirrorless with the same
those-
mounts?
Those Alpha
Couldn't they do that? Couldn't they make a mirrorless in the same
Well,
EF and
no,
and
what I'm
Z
saying
They
is
did.
that
That's the
did.
thing, it's
it was
not even
easier
about-
for Sony to jump. Let's say all
Of
of them
course.
were starting from the get-go, given what they
From
already
the
have.
digs.
It was easier for Sony to throw everything into this complete new pad than Nikon to just cut their factory and say, hey, you, Bruce, stop making the 600, stop making the 400. We have to pivot. Come on, man. It's easier to turn a small ship than a big ship. You understand where I'm coming
Not-
from?
But we already said that
Nikon is-
before. We already
Actually,
said that earlier.
Sony was the bigger ship, you know, when you think about it.
No, we're looking at
Not for cameras.
Not
Not for
anymore.
still
Looking at the
cameras.
camera.
No,
that matter.
no. Only missing the fact that Sony has the largest set of sensor foundries in the world.
correct. No, what I'm
Right.
saying is that
So they had the
Look-
bigger
look,
ship
Phil
to
talking
the
about
Sony
point.
is
Yeah,
a
come
bigger
on.
ship, right?
Ah,
Sony is
come
a
on,
bigger
that's
ship. But at
Right.
the same time, when we're looking at DSLR cameras, right?
Mm.
Sony had less to lose.
That's
They already
facts.
Correct.
Nobody was using
That's
They
it.
had
correct.
less to lose compared to Nikon just being like, boy, we had to cut all of this. They
Yeah.
would have had
Facts.
stuff in their pipeline
Burn
for
all
years.
them.
Facts.
Burn all
But
Compared
them
to Sony,
lenses.
Sony came with a 10-year plan, and if you look back at it now, it's like, shit, this was a 10-year plan. Just like Apple. And when they dropped that
Yeah.
10-year plan,
Apple M1
Canon,
it just come
yeah.
just so, no?
no, M1, no, well, we now start, we probably like in the second or third year
Before-
of
Yeah, but
we
Apple's
don't
10-year
start
plan.
before we-
Yeah, let me get
Kyle,
Kyle.
let me
Let me get Kyle.
Yeah, before we go down that rabbit hole, and as, just to lead off what Rani saying, we have to take into consideration the lead time these companies have. At the end of the
Correct.
day, there is a R&D process, there is an investment, there is a target, and
And
if
you have to
it is,
recover.
they say, well, boom, we put 5, 10, 15, 20 million into this model, that money had to make back. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter how long it takes to make back, they're not going to drop a next product to
Correct.
cannibalize that R&D budget until they make it back.
Cripple
So we
Hammer.
don't know what these companies' lead times are. Like we saw, Sony just been pelting cameras at us left, right, and center for the last 3 years. We don't know what
Yep,
their
but-
lead times are.
But watch
then-
what Sony did though. They utilized the parts bin. That's why I
Ah.
talk about the foundry.
Yeah, and
Because
they also have
They
a
just
lot
had to
of
build
their
like
stuff.
a housing for.
Look
for,
at the
for-
They
A7C,
also have a
the
lot of stuff that's
A7C.
similar.
The A7C is
Yeah.
a A7 III in a A66 body basically.
Correct.
With
so they
with the
get
A7
into, they get into utilize the benefits of all
So
the
they pull in-
investments.
they did the smart thing. They start from the bottom and worked up.
Basically, didn't they
So
buy
they probably have
certain
one
other
machine and
companies?
pushing out the same
Yes,
model.
yes.
Yeah,
they
then
bought
they
up
buy.
a lot of.
They
yep,
bought up a lot of companies
correct.
to
That's
actually
why I
get
say
that
they
thing
were the bigger
up.
ship. Technically, they were the bigger ship.
But like you said, they definitely had a 10-year plan. For
They
sure.
had
They
that
were the
10-year
bigger
plan.
ship in the sense that they had the money, but
Correct.
they were easier to pivot because they didn't have all of this to lose or all of this excess weight. If Nikon had dropped this Z9
Yeah. Well, a lot
years
of the
ago, yes,
Nikon
somebody
and
will
Canon
be
did the
excited.
same though.
Huh?
They try and bridge it with the adapter.
They tried, but
Yeah. And that's how
They did.
Sony
Are
had their
we even
rise.
going to talk? Are we even
I
going
say
to talk about
Canon
the?
and Nikon did the same.
Yeah, look at what Canon did with that whole mount era that they have had still.
I wouldn't call it
Like,
Who is that,
what
Canon?
would
Yeah.
you call it?
The M9?
That's like a stopgap, or
Yeah.
you
Not
think
even
that's
a stopgap.
genuine product line that people.
There's a doorstop.
Yeah.
just like Nikon J1s.
Yeah, correct. Same exact.
Because it's not the
But
same as the alpha line. Like when you look at the Sony's alpha line, you can genuinely, how to put it,
you can see
you
from the
can,
bottom go up.
yeah, you can still have a lot of functionality of their main line of cameras within that alpha line. You go
Correct. Is
into
right.
the M series in Canon, it come like if you have to willingly break a leg to walk in the room. Like you can't
Mhm.
go in there not handicapped. And
Yeah.
that's just something that everybody has to accept across the board.
It's
So
like
they
a really
took away
super
that from you.
webcam replacement.
Say that again?
I say it's a really awesome webcam replacement.
Yeah,
Is
they
it
they
Canon?
have the
Canon,
You're
size
talking about
and
the
thing.
M9?
The M line.
The,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
it
me,
was
to me,
supposed
it
to
makes
be
to me it makes for a
beginning.
nice travel or
Yeah,
compact
yeah.
camera option.
So basically,
for
it's their point
persons.
and shoot version.
Yeah. But the problem is that is
Phil,
the lens lineup
I
is
won't have
limited
you,
one.
eh?
And then
Nobody wants to
two,
put that EF to M mount adapter on because then it defeats the whole purpose.
you
But they do
understand?
well though, because that's
They work,
honestly
yeah,
what
they
we've
work.
been using for live streams. But once you throw that L glass on it and set it to 4K, the image just sing.
Yeah,
And
but
I
at
ain't
that
saying-
point, you're
At
adding
that
a
price
camera
point,
to
it
a
ain't
lens.
making no sense.
Yeah, you adding a camera to a
A
lens, so you might
sensor
as
to the
well.
lens, essentially.
Yeah, correct. But I mean, it is what it is. But we didn't
So,
even really talk
so
about the Z9 up to now.
Philbert say
Yeah,
it's
because do you have nothing to
supremely-
talk about with the Z9? I personally, well, to be honest, Z9 probably a little too late. At that price
That's a good
point, it have
question.
other options.
Yeah, I agree.
I-
It's not
Plenty
going. It's not going to
people.
turn heads. It's not going to
Plenty
turn
people
heads.
fail. Plenty people.
You think
fail.
it came in time, Rani, or waiting,
Yeah,
Rani?
for you.
Timing.
What do you think?
It's late, but it could still, even though it's late, it could still be part of the party. It had to come. Whether it's late, it still had to come. You had to put it there. It's like you can't be expecting to even make a dent by not having it. You have to give the people a it, even though it's late. But the reality is, for an upcoming pro or somebody just getting into photography, there are so many other things that you could spend money on.
It's not
Because look
turning
at it.
heads.
It's not turning heads
It's not
because the market is already at this point. Like, for example, what I'm trying to say is that we have reached so high that I don't know what could cause us to just go like, like how the M1 came and we was like, wow, that turned our head.
Right. But
So,
look
I
at
don't think
the
that
simple
we have
example
it.
we had last week.
I don't
Look
see
at the example we
Nikon,
had last week. DJI.
Turkey neck.
Turkey neck.
that turned ahead. That turned ahead.
Why? And why Nikon couldn't do something similar?
I think they tried to do that with the only electronic shutter. I think they tried with that. I don't know.
I don't
That's the
think
only thing
Nikon
I
was
thought,
aiming to turn heads. I think Nikon was just aiming to be like, you know what? Sony give you all this, Canon give you all this, we could give you all something too. I'm not looking for them to turn their head because they're already losing so much money. And now is in my opinion, now not the time to necessarily turn heads, but just maintain your place in the marketplace before you are nowhere. I don't know where I'm coming from. That's how I feel about Nikon right now. I don't think they have the
kinda
money to
scared.
turn heads.
That-
I just see
I like
so
I like
scared.
that I like that Phil mentioned the A1 because I'm seeing in Nikon's branding they're talking about look at this. Look at them talking about competitors 8K. I think we got to the point where nobody even raising eyebrows for 8K anymore. At first it was
Yeah.
exciting, the R5 came out and it's like, oh 8K but it's overheating. And then you ask the question, but do you need 8K?
But do you
And
need
then
it?
the answer ends up being no for most people.
Yeah.
And then for the people who say yes, they either have the camera that could shoot 8K already, or then look how much guys are happy with the A1 right now. iPhone man, I can't even pronounce that guy's name.
Yeah.
But
we
him
know who you're
and-
talking about.
Yeah, him and Gerald, they exclusively on that A1 right now because they don't have
Correct.
to worry about anything. And
So
then
that's-
alternatively, everybody else is on either Black Magic or Red. And when I say Red, I mean capital RED. They
Yeah.
cool on that. They're not getting 8K from anywhere else.
No,
So
True.
so Nikon
already
is
coming with a
really-
good value proposition in this case here.
Nope.
I think
They need to-
Nikon they missed the
out of
bridge.
touch. I feel
They
like
missed the
out of
bridge.
touch.
It missed
If-
the turn.
They
They
missed the
basically
if they had the bridge, they could have shown where if you buy
Relevance.
a Z5, the Z5 felt like a decent 50 mirrorless. It didn't feel like it did anything. It didn't offer the size benefits of a A61 or the price, the affordability. It didn't
The
offer.
Z5? Oh, I forgot what that boy. Shit.
Well, you
Let
see,
me tell you.
so they're missing. They keep missing. So even if they do drop a bomb, it's like people not even looking in your direction. It's like, oh, now you can drop a new camera, okay.
No, it'd be like, oh, finally they reached to
No,
the
but,
part.
that
Yeah.
is, but overall, Nikon has to realize, okay, the 3 points I'll make is that Nikon has always pigeonholed itself into people looking at it as a photography company and nothing more. If I'm in
Right.
Canon, I could look forward to using a C70 because I have lens already. If I'm
Okay.
Sony, I could look forward to a little FX3, FX6. What Nikon has?
Hey,
Nothing. And that is something that has bothered me. You understand? That is as small as that is. That is something
What we
that
looking
does
at?
bother me. That's what we're talking about, FX3. You
Oh,
understand?
you got the
this not even
microphone.
mine, eh? I just literally, yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
FX3.
just for a
FX3.
customer. Yeah.
The chini
So
one.
you can look
Yeah,
forward to
it's
these kind of
sexy.
stuff with
Smaller
Nikon.
than the Komodo.
Yeah, way smaller.
find that so
Way
small too.
smaller.
Yeah, like there's nothing
Way
to look forward to. And as I keep saying is that if Sony releases a camera, you have at least 100 YouTubers who already had that camera and ready to influence people. With
True.
Nikon, you have at least 5 people have that camera, the same 5 people that are going to try influence people. You understand? They're not looking for like some new talent, somebody out of the blue, who even though he
Yeah.
might have 100,000, 200 subscribers, they're keeping with the same people. Sony,
Yeah.
you will see them adding people. Even though people might not like them, they might even go and tell the Nikon ambassador, yo, look my A1, try that out. You know, no, they bold face
Yeah.
like that.
Well,
And you're
Sony's
seeing
a
it.
tech company.
But sorry, let me just jump in again there. Based on what Rani talking about, and look at what Maurice just said in the chat there. The reality of it is that Nikon buyers gonna stay Nikon buyers. Like if someone
Nah,
is
boy. I
heavily
disagree.
invested into the Nikon ecosystem and is a high level performing professional, if every lens you are going to put on your camera is over 10K, 600 millimeter 2.8, all kind of ridiculous stuff like that, this is what they need to see. This is what they needed to see maybe 3 years ago, but this is what they need to see.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
happy now.
So the camera does have its market. We just not part of that market, and the majority of
Nowhere
persons
close.
who are going to be trying to pull their money out of every basket and every mattress is not the market either.
But
But
then,
you have to look at it from the perspective to the cheaper, the lower end of the market is what supports the R&D.
because I know gonna ask that, shouldn't they now focus on that side of the prosumer market itself? I mean, they do
Maybe
have
they
these
feel like they can't.
Z62.
Maybe they feel like they can't win. Maybe they pull themselves out of the battle. to
Possibly.
begin with.
Possibly they're gonna pull a Hasselblad.
Yeah, if you see men fighting down there and they have big stick and thing and sword and thing and everything, and you watching them
Red
like,
Ocean.
No, but that's what Fuji did. Fuji said they're not even gonna make no
That's
full
just it.
frame.
Yeah, we ain't
They
even
said
fighting
this.
them.
Yeah, Fuji said to hell with all.
Facts.
Yeah.
But
Just like
Nikon needs to
Kyle
find a
said.
segment then, because Canon and Sony fighting in their same ocean
Right.
right now there.
Cause they had
Still.
they had the bigger army. Who are the bigger army there? So Fuji say media
Media
format
format.
please and APS-C. Y'all will find me there.
Yeah.
So come and find me because there's no fight there.
Conrad made the point before, and it's just a matter of, I mean, anything in the last 3 years from any brand to get it job done
Rani
for
said that.
most people.
Yeah.
Rani said that as well.
Rani,
said that.
Rani.
Yeah.
Right, my bad.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, well, yeah. that running counter.
teasing. That's good.
But yeah, the thing about it is that because we got to the point where technology has become so democratized and you could really get the job done with anything once you have your favorite brand, you just line up with that.
Yeah.
It kind of makes the whole what to choose thing kind of a weird question at this point, because it's like they are going to be very defining questions that are going to narrow down the camera you choose. It's going to
Yeah.
be your budget. It's going to be the type of work that you do. It's going to be whether you do that work professionally or on a pleasure basis, recreational basis. It's gonna be if you have lens already, if you have access to
Correct.
lens already.
That
The
one.
average Trinidadian is going to have no problem picking Sony or picking Canon because the cousin, brother, friend, sister,
Auntie,
uncle have a
nene.
lens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I tell
and those
I
things
think
matter.
I told
I dare say Canon have it hard as well here locally.
I even tell Chris that. I said, Chris,
Yeah.
the best brand for you to get is the Canon because
I
you're
told him
friends
that.
with Cassius and you could always interchange with lens and then and the thing is Conrad has a set of Canon lens and he has a set of Sony lens. So it's like Canon is like or Sony is the way to go, but either one will definitely do the job like Randy said.
Well, in that vein, then I guess Canon make more sense.
Yes,
'Cause you
yeah,
could
in the sense of
adapt
like
the Canon to the Sony relatively easily. I don't know anyone who does the.
Until you go
the
RF, of
inverse.
course. Unless you go RF. I was real fighting Chris today. Up to today. Chris, I tell you already. He's like, what you think? What you think? I said, I tell you already, go Canon. Wait,
Yeah.
you asking me again? I studied the D750 and the Z6. I said, but I tell you Canon.
yeah,
When you come back.
it makes sense to go with
Yeah, Chris, join us. Join us.
It makes sense to go with something that has a good ecosystem or support system.
Yeah.
And have all them things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't force somebody to go where they don't want to go as well.
What we're talking about cheaper?
That was my choice when I bought my Canon. I could find cheap used gear locally. But seriously, if somebody is averse to using a system, it doesn't make sense they go that way because what they will find is they're always fighting with their gear.
Yeah.
As Kyle said, primarily, at the end of the day, it's a tool. It's supposed to make your job easier. It doesn't matter what the next person is using, or the pros are using, or whatever. If you simply don't jive with the gear, all you're going to be finding yourself doing is sitting down with the camera in the night, watching YouTube videos,
Lens
and wondering
envy,
why you...
resentment.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only YouTube videos
not
I
looking?
just watch when it comes to camera gear, when they
My
just drop
partner's Kyle boy,
it in the
Kyle
first
Shaw.
24 hours,
man who jumped from Canon to Fuji.
like on the Nikon Z9 drop.
So
I
don't
watch
do
a
the man
video.
that now, boy. The man for
Yes,
the fashion,
Once Fuji
boy.
come out with that stock sensor,
I is real toad for that.
I afraid all with Fuji because all they make me buy XT4, I put it in all your hand and then all they was like, why move this from here?
Everything I'm making no sense to tell me.
it didn't fit the workflow, man.
All they
Yeah,
nearly
it didn't fit.
stoned me with the XT4. I catch it back on my chest. I say, what do you mean?
It didn't
What
work with
happened
the,
to it?
it didn't work with the workflow.
We had the
man.
lens on them still. Kyle might be interested in them things.
No. I learned my mistake. I am never selling my Fuji lenses again. I sold my Fuji lenses
I
ridiculously
don't know why you didn't
cheap.
sell them in the first place.
Exactly. And then I caught my tail to buy them back. I paid at least like 30 to 50% more this time when I buy them back. I'll hold them until I go down in my grave. I'll pass it on to my grandchildren.
Yeah.
I ain't going through that. Guys, we talk about the Z9. As CN Robin EI, we have to talk about the DJI stuff. DJI.
But
You
I
wanna know
afraid
they
to
drop
talk
a
about
mic?
DJI
Oh, yeah,
because
they drop a
mic?
Yeah, they drop a mic that
Oh, they
could
didn't
connect
realize.
to
You
your
see?
phone.
You
I
see?
that.
DJI drop a mic.
a road
Yeah, DJI drop a
competitor, right?
mic.
It's more like the Holy Land because it have the independent gain.
And the case and the
It's
charging case.
Yeah, I have to get that.
Pull it up,
that
pull it
I
up,
have
pull
to
it
get.
up.
And it had a chat, yeah, like you said,
Enfield
and-
DJI
and
mic.
it could connect.
You understand
It could
that?
connect to your phone.
It
via
look good. It
The
look
lightning
good.
ports
To
and
be
everything.
fair,
Pull
Saramonic
it
was
up.
doing that already, yeah?
They
Hold
did,
on,
yes,
Fair,
that's true.
fair.
That's true.
But,
That's true.
but we don't
You know,
talk
the
about
fo-
them brand though.
The funny thing is that the first article that comes up, the new DJI product, nobody's talking about.
You understand?
Literally, the first article. But it looks sexy though.
Yeah,
It
it's
look
nice.
good.
It's
It
nice.
look good.
It look good.
It look good. So I feel I might have to get a 2 or 3.
Jeez.
Not well, because just had the thing showing off in the in pictures.
Well,
and,
I'm more looking forward to you getting the aperture or the Amran 60C.
Oh, you guys.
60X.
So
Next week.
could somebody pull it up? Because I want to see. Yeah.
Kyle on right up, Mr.
Okay.
Producer.
It looking good. It looking good.
It look good. It look good.
It has. I feel as though it has a lot of good uses.
Is
just
that?
know, yeah, trying
Yeah,
to
yeah, they're going on it.
The DJI mic.
Yeah, they didn't really flesh out the page and thing that well. It looked
It
good.
look
It looked
nice.
like a
It look
mini
nice.
Holy Land.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
that case and everything. It look
That's the charging case.
Charging
That's what I
port
said.
and-
Remember Holy Land, yeah.
like if you're
Well,
dropping in two
can't say sorry, man.
Look like
AirPods.
iPods.
Yeah.
AirPods,
Yeah,
you're
yes,
dropping
yeah.
in two AirPods.
The problem I have with
I like that they could
this,
connect to the phones too, like straight.
the problem with this form factor
Mm.
is when the batteries start to give issue. You basically have a throwaway system.
Huh?
I experienced that one of my Holy Lands. I have 4 Holy Land kits.
Hard luck day, buddy way.
Yeah, and one kit gone. Granted, they have excellent support, so I told them about it and they sent a brand new one. A brand new kit.
DJI do have good support.
Another thing I
Sometimes.
saw with the Holy Land, and I don't know if it was related to that issue you talk about there, Conrad. Is
What is that?
What's
you
that
see that unreliability of the battery level, like you pop
Yes.
and it
Is
tells
that-
you one level and you take it out and it's not that. When
Yeah.
you're trying to go into a job and that happens, well, you're gonna cry because
You'll
you
cry,
don't
yeah.
wanna be thinking you're
Yeah.
on 4 bars and you rest that on somebody's chest and 5 minutes later it's dead.
But you know why that happened, Kyle? That is poor battery management. I experienced that with tons of equipment, especially now that you're doing your rental. It is so important. So sometimes when guys see me up late in the night, don't feel like ignoring you. It's because I literally charge an equipment. When you let a battery stay flat, like flat, guys, do not. Whoever is on this live stream,
You see
Do
them
not-
8600 and 8400?
yes, do not run your battery flat, and then rest it down and leave it. You're begging for dramas. Do not do that. For
As in,
example,
it wouldn't take back a charge or
it's,
something. like
it's like
Oh no, yes. I saw that, boy. I wouldn't
Yeah, damn, to one of my 8600
I wouldn't
batteries.
call any names, but a certain place had a speed light, boy.
What shucks?
A good up speed light, boy.
But what brand it is again?
Hey,
Man, don't
so
don't
we
don't
was-
go don't go that
Yeah,
far. Don't
no,
go that far.
no. Running is
I
be
hate
harassing.
it.
No, but what
Let's
happens
pump it,
when you leave it?
Yeah, but
to
no,
light
you
up?
leave it down and it discharge completely.
it
and
discharged because remember
Yeah.
the
Now that
system
you talk
needs
about
power
that,
to run
I'm gonna find my
constantly.
speed light, boy.
Okay.
So it's like the battery now is going down. Think of it as like you
Like
you
a car
drain it so
battery.
hard it forgets. Think of it that way. So it's like, who am I? Who am I? And then the charger now trying to communicate. Boy, you are my battery. I ready to charge you. And he's like, what? Who am I?
I
Who
don't
am
know
I?
you.
I don't know you from nowhere though.
Yeah. So sometimes that requires like a technician, and I did it for a couple of persons' batteries locally. You have to go in now, bust open the battery, find the circuit board, and trip the circuit board. Keep
From
trying
start.
to charge it momentarily. Manually, you're charging the batteries direct, which is very dangerous because they could blow up on you. And keep tripping the circuit board to try and remind the batteries
More or less
you are the
clear.
battery. Yeah, yes, it's like that. It's
I-
just like that.
I think that'll probably happen to my I had these Ellen Crum
Ranger?
Rangers,
Right.
and it's been years since I've used it, and the other day I tried to charge it, and it just would not.
Non-compliant.
It won't take charge.
It's
Yeah.
not. It wouldn't take charge one, and it would not start the thing. Once I put the plug into the battery, and I put the battery on, then it will come on. But as soon as I take off the
forget.
the charger, come off.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, it
that's the
just would
batteries.
not take charge at all.
Don't
So
when,
the
when you're
battery's
storing
dead.
it, yeah, when you're storing your equipment, store it with between
75%.
40 and 75% battery. Do you even store it full? So
Yeah,
what you would realize with the drones like DJI, they have smart controls in the batteries. They actually deplete the battery, and you can set it in the firmware. I think it's something like 3 to 5 days. You will see it start trickling down, and that is to manage the battery's life. Do not store your batteries full or fully flat. You'll kill it. And next thing, I've seen plenty of this very recently. We like to talk about we're in the tropics, it's humid, we're gonna have fungus, all kind of dramas.
You're wicked.
No, I had to talk about it.
And people,
If there's
and
a belief-
you had to
Things,
buy,
top
and you had to
thing
buy
them.
that drawer thing, the
cabinets.
humidity-
Yeah,
Yeah,
if-
cabinet. Yeah.
If you wanna buy a humidity cabinet, fine,
Is that-
do
is
that.
that
I'm not
worth it?
going to tell you how to spend your money, but the main reason I store my lenses on a shelf.
Okay.
I never have fungus issues. The main
I throw
reason
my
why
lens
you
in a
have
bag on the ground.
it,
I
you see
never had
that?
fungus. I never
That
see.
is fungus.
Okay.
The
Well,
when you leave your equipment in a case where the air isn't moving and it's dark, that is fungus breeding ground. Same way, like if you
Even if the pelican, like in pelican airtight cases on that.
yes, especially in those cases
I just
because
keep
what
mine in
happens?
the
Unless
Pelican,
you
but
put
what
the,
I do, I open my Pelican from time to time.
Yeah, my bag is
Yeah.
be open.
Some
Doesn't
persons
it-
that use the desiccatant
Yeah,
packs and stuff to suck up the moisture.
Okay.
That helps slow it down. But you have to understand these things also need recharging. You can't just leave that in there indefinitely. Sometimes remember we used to do is to take the packs out of new stuff and just straighten we bags and say
Sure,
yeah that goes. No. What
Take
happens
some
is when you use your equipment, right, you're holding it in your hand. The oil and sweat from your hand. Sometimes you use it outside, it gets a little drizzle, that kind of stuff, and then you rest it back in your cabinet, in your case or your bag, especially if your bag got wet.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna get mold, you're gonna get fungus. So up to that was yesterday. A young lady came, she was selling a lens, she came to get a cap. She's like, what is this little web looking kind of thing? I said, that's fungus theory. That's fungus. If it's on the outside, as in the exterior element, that's great. You can just wipe that off. But once it's inside,
But it's good to do regular
That's the
maintenance. I
Well,
get
you
like
gotta
I
see their
just,
character now.
I just set
Yeah.
aside like maybe every 2 to 3 months, just take out my lens, brush off any grime, wipe them down.
yep.
Shit, I
You
didn't
know,
even do that.
you gotta treat them like a boutique. Like
Yeah,
I
that's,
say,
that's a
anybody that
different
buys a
level.
lens
That's a
from me,
different level of care.
no,
Well, I mean, that should be standard operating
yeah,
procedure.
anybody
Like,
that buys a lens from
That's
me
what we do.
literally
Yeah.
knows they're getting something that looking like it come from B&H refurbished
Yeah.
9+.
I had
Understand?
this bottle for 4 almost 5 years.
I actually
And
had
this
the
is where it
same
reached.
bottle, no?
Yeah,
I think I'll
this
get
is
one
where
from
it
you
reached.
actually.
It's possible. And then recently I bought one with a kind of rubbing alcohol spray. It smells nice and minty. So if you're getting minty lenses from affordable imports, you know why you get a new spray bottle.
Yeah, but see on that lens don't
That's
need
my
much
boy,
maintenance,
man. That's
no.
my boy.
That hard plastic,
Off your
that
back, dog.
that ain't dirty like those rubber Nikon lenses and so.
Yeah, boy, them thing this whole grime. But this is the 85?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
sexy.
easy to
This-
clean.
Yeah,
That's a-
That's
all
one
is
thing
it?
I liked. That's one thing I
Yeah.
like about the Sony
What?
lenses. They're easy to
the
clean.
kind of metal, yeah.
What
Yeah.
I would say, and I mean, it would probably help all the guys who have a little lens with fungus in it. But who are these guys? Boy, there's a
Sunlight?
couple of CBP in London,
Oh,
in
yeah.
England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So what they have, in addition to their services, they also have a lens division where these guys are mad traders.
Because they do rentals, eh?
Yeah, and they dismantle the lens from top to bottom, take out every single element, every
Yeah.
single part of the lens, and clean it, and then reassemble it, realign it, and then do the measurements and the calibration before
Yep.
sending back to you. Like,
Lens Rentals does that as well in the US.
Yeah.
You could Google Roger Cicala. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it properly. Roger.
Yeah.
And then Cicala, Cicala. He was one of the guys who he started the talk about the 70 to 200 GM lens being built kind of futuristically, like it was on cutting edge tech, but because of that, they had some compromises in the bill. He was one of the guys who started that whole conversation. When you sit down and read what these guys has been talking about, it's like a whole different level of physics again.
Yeah.
Yeah, their career is dismantling lenses and putting them back together, and they could talk for hours. Even how they clean equipment is next level. They had a COVID-19 protocol. They did a blog on that. It's amazing. You should check it out. Just check it out. Lens Rentals or Roger Cicala. Phil says my Tamron 20 to 75 has a bit of fungus, but that lens has been through a lot. I shed it out. Imagine quality still A1 though. Also my Samyang 1420, not sure if it's the element or below it. It's easy to tell. If you could wipe it off.
Phil,
It's
I
the
hear mention
outside.
any Sony lenses.
Go Owen boy, go. What I should add is just and big up to the Tobago crew, even though me and Owen here. What I should add is that even more so than the guys shooting here, I find guys in Tobago have that fungus problem always top of mind. Like I don't know if Maurice wanna
Sea
weigh
blast
in
too.
here.
Sea blast.
Yeah.
See that
I
sea
don't know if
blast?
Maurice
Yeah.
wanna weigh in here because he's been
Yeah.
doing a lot of beach weddings, and that
Yeah.
as just as a fear in the back of your mind, like
You know,
just worrying
you know
about
where
that
you will
fungus.
see it? The coatings on your lens, especially if you clean them regularly, the outer coating will start to erode. You'll see like a kind of fine polishing kind of look coming across. And then
Uh-huh.
before you know it, you get it's the sea blast. And before you know it, you get
Fine
these kind of
crystals.
flares and stuff if
So
you have the
basically,
lens long
people
enough.
who shooting in Tobago should be loving polarizers then.
I
Yeah,
would
no, but I
definitely
said
Or
be
UV
using
they need
filters.
filters.
Yeah,
Well,
I
they
would
need
yeah,
to put
definitely
that
be
Actually, the
UV
using.
filter.
standard
If I'm by
operating
the ocean.
procedure.
If I'm
That's
by
the
the
only thing
ocean.
I have on this. I have that regular filter in front just to protect.
I've
UV.
never used a UV filter in my life.
Yeah.
It's not UV.
That's
Yeah,
one
you see,
I
guys
have.
say cleaning lens after the bleach. Here's the procedure when a lens comes back in from rentals.
All right, lens
First,
rental. All right,
Wait,
lens.
wait, hold
all
up,
right.
pull him up, pull him up, pull him up, pull him up. Spotlight him. Yes.
Yeah.
Quiet guys,
First,
quiet
there's
guys,
some
quiet,
fools.
quiet.
So
1, 2, 3.
first
You
we
got
have.
yourself popcorn.
Oh, there's real fools in it. First we have the compressed air. We go to the price mart. We have like about 6 tins of compressed air there.
Yeah, do that anyway. Yeah,
That is the
right?
first line of defense. We make sure and clear the nozzle first because that obviously have propellants in it. Especially if it's line now, if it's rock, you want to clear the nozzle first. Then you spray to blow off stuff. If possible, do not blow into the back of your lens because usually the back is open. So yeah, that's the first line of defense.
Premium air.
Premium, yeah.
Too soon.
If you still have debris, we have the painter's brush, the fine ones, the light ones. You can even use a makeup brush, and you could lightly brush off any excess dust or anything like that. We ain't pressing hard; we just lightly dusting it off. After that, if you still have stuff, especially the brush, sometimes over time it gets dirty, it may leave little light streaks. We then do a damp clean. So you spray the cloth. We have a cleaning cloth with the cleaning solution.
Never spray the lens directly.
Never spray directly because then it could
I
mess up
mastered do
electronics
that
if they
shit.
go inside. I do it sometimes when I'm lazy or if it's a cheap lens. But
So what
spray
you
it on
spray
the
the
cloth.
cloth? Oh, okay.
Yeah, spray the cloth.
On this way.
Wipe the excess off. Then you flip the cloth because usually you fold it into 4 squares, and you use the dry side and wipe that off. If you're still seeing stuff now, then you flip again on the inside, and you get the driest part, and then you do the final wipe. Usually by then everything clean up. If it's still dirty, throw away the lens.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
So could we have that in a video format, like
We'll chop it
could we
up. We'll chop
with
it up.
with
Tutorials
just
coming soon.
yes,
Tutorials.
yes.
Yeah. But
So-
that's how we usually approach it.
How to clean your lens?
First thing
Affordable
first,
import style.
premium ale.
Yeah. And then we
First
put on we could put on the caps sometime before everything dismantled like that. That's the cleaning elements. We just put on all the caps. Take like a regular.
Definitely due
think
for
what?
cleaning.
But I have a question
I'm gonna send my
for
lens
Even
to
though
Conrad.
the
Spray
caps,
it.
you should clean the caps too.
In your experience,
Definitely, I
are there,
blow
any,
the caps and use the brush.
are there any manufacturers that are prone to lens fungus, or are there any manufacturers that design their lens in a way that might help prevent it? Because look at Phil showed us that his Tamron and Samyang was a victim of that, but he mentioned nothing about his Sony. Now one might say that because those are cheaper
But we don't have
lenses
those on the Sonys?
than a Sony lens, that he might rough them up. You know, like you have the lens where you go rough up and then where you go baby.
Yeah. Causation
So-
and effect.
Correct. So he might baby and treat the Sony with a bit more care. So that's why they get no lens, no we call it fungus. So I don't know if in your experience, if you might have come across
I can't
something.
say specifically. I mean, I'm not on that level. Like I say, Roger Sikal and those guys, I would study their work for hours sometime if I had the time. But what I would say is you need to use other sense. So like I see Philbert here mentioned going from inside to outside.
Yeah, boy, that
That-
would be painful, no?
That fogs up your glass. So oftentimes it may be a good idea to, if you know you're not using the equipment, leave it in the bag, close it up. When you're going outside, it's still closed up, and you let the body, if possible, get time to acclimatize to the area. So it gradually warms up, rather than you suddenly pull it out and then all the humidity rushes to the glass. That is one way. You have your higher end glass tend to be better sealed. So like you had the rubber gasket at the back that prevents the, like I remember a time I had an 18 to 55 on our body, a cheap whatever throwaway system, and you literally could look through the viewfinder and see the mirror fogging up because it wasn't sealed.
Damn.
just simple things like that. So cheaper lenses tend not to have that gasket and a better seal at the back.
Sigma
And then
back in the
of-
day.
Yes, and then of course we also have the better coatings and stuff that is resistant to moisture. So like even Sony, they advertise where if the front element gets wet, like on some of the GM lenses, you'll see the water trickling down and stuff. It's just basically to avoid adhesion of
Any
the
grime or
moisture.
whatever.
Yeah. It's just to help against that. Alright. We had a gear to talk about though. We didn't even talk about the action camera. I know Rani
the
excited about the
DJI.
Mavic 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
There
What's
was
your
the
face?
gooseneck and the action camera, and
Yeah.
Hey, wait, as I said gooseneck, they Kyle, forgive me. Fellows, did you see the post from Philip Bloom?
When they-
And he had
Oh,
the 7200 on the
oh
gooseneck.
gosh.
And it started off like this, and then when he zoomed out, it went like this. I remember you making a comment about
the Viagra
Canon
lens.
RF lenses. Take it back, please, sir. I want a typewritten, what do you call that?
Sian boy, that was
Apology.
infectious boy.
Yeah.
Excuse?
We did hit an hour though, and it's supposed to be brief.
Yeah.
We like gear too much.
No, but tell me about this Mavic. I don't think I see anything about the Mavic though.
What?
Rani, you take that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
what you
Rani,
face?
I want to hear.
Nah,
Take that one there, Rani.
nah, but I think
It's
the
out there,
Mavic,
release it.
they just released leaks basically. I feel nowadays like
No.
I started to get fed up on leaks because
I
they
thought
just
I thought it launched. Okay.
it taken away from the excitement. But basically, the Mavic 3 coming with a Photo's main camera drone. So it coming with two cameras. I guess one with a bigger
Micro-Four
sensor, Micro Four Photo's camera, and then another camera that is basically like a telephoto. So I guess that's what
1 inch.
everyone going. Instead of trying to fit everything in one camera, just make dedicated cameras. I show the next one go have 4 cameras. One that is a better wide angle, one that is zoom, and one that is standard.
Was
You understand?
what's the predicted price?
Ooh, they're looking
That's
at like
25.
2,500, and I find that is
Steep.
as man steep. But no, they actually might have a model more than 2,500. You
Usually
understand?
The fly mode
25 was the base?
I don't think it was the base, but I think the cine model might
Yeah.
be about upwards of $3,000 because
Philly actually even repeated by.
Jeez, 5,000 US. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, we could delete a comment. Let me
Damn.
yeah. That's silly
hide
bottle.
comment.
And then the
Never
silly
hide
bottle
comment.
has 1 terabyte of internal storage.
Oh, that's
So-
nice.
Can
Yeah.
I do that?
Remember you were saying that, Sion, that you wish more cameras would come with
we should-
internal.
Yeah, we should definitely get
Yep.
some internal storage.
Yeah, I
well,
think
I mean, as you say, internal, that's the case with, well, not internal, but internal memory in the new action
Gooseneck?
camera.
Oh,
And no, well, the gooseneck has the
Take your neck,
SSD
take your neck.
right on the side. So that little SSD
Yeah, this
right
thing
there
right there. This thing
has
right
1
there.
terabyte.
Yeah.
Okay.
watch him, you nearly click buy now. We see it, okay. I see it, no. I see this slip, no.
Kyle, what's your
I have
thoughts on this
real
anyway?
mixed feelings
Please.
about it, to be honest. Huh?
What's
We
your
wanna
thoughts
hear.
on this as a person who's like a
videographer.
one man show basically? What's
The
your
thing
thoughts
about
on
it is, if it is, I can't form an opinion now as 2021, Kyle, because I have no opinion. We're working and we're using the tool for the job. That is as simple as it is. But you
Mhm.
see, like 2017, Kyle, who was about that handheld shooting life.
Mhm.
This thing is what my dream was made of. You
Mhm.
telling me I don't need to walk with a gimbal? What? You telling
Madness.
me I don't need to be changing SD cards?
Hmm.
Come on, man. You telling me I don't need to care about autofocusing because it have a LiDAR autofocus, right?
Mhm.
Like, it
Hey, listen, make art now version.
I
I
afraid
mean, of
to
course,
watch
it.
it.
it's gonna
I'm
have
afraid to
a
watch it.
couple bugs. It's gonna have a couple
Mad.
bugs, and we have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
see
so
them
it-
come.
I'm afraid to watch it.
Watch it. It
You
bad,
know,
bad,
I
bad,
saw the
bad,
running
bad.
4D and I was like, shit that. I'm going to buy something else. I'm going to buy the tilter mount. I was like, I ain't going through that shit. I afraid that is
And
Too much
they
money.
have built-in wireless transmission as well too.
Yeah,
so
it's
that
sick.
it's like
giving
everything
me,
in
it's
one.
giving me everything but the kitchen sink energy.
For
And
real?
that shit
I
is
hate
good or
it.
bad.
What is your version of the kitchen sink that they're missing from this?
Dog, I don't know
Style?
what they're missing from it. I really don't know what they're missing from it. F1.1 lenses, that's it.
I say Philip
They
Bloom
put
sucks.
everything else
Well,
there.
They could,
7200
and I mean,
so
they now
I hate
start
it.
too,
Yes,
so
it's
the
okay.
lenses could definitely come after.
It could use the EF mount, the
And they could
FE
use
mount,
RF,
everything.
RF, I think, yeah.
I hate that camera. I'm sorry. I hate it.
What
It just
do you hate about it? Let me answer this.
it's
Please.
killing my business. Where I supposed to
Exactly.
rent now?
There you go. There you
What
go.
the hell I go and rent now? I can't rent nothing. I literally had to say, all right, I have a 40, I have a next
This is
40,
not gonna be
I have
the
a
camera.
40
This is not
here,
gonna be the
I have a
camera
next
for
40.
everybody. This is not gonna
No
be
It's
the
not
gimbals.
making sense. It
No
not making
This-
sense.
You
It
know what
doesn't
I think
make
this camera
sense.
would be great for? This camera would be great for very, very strongly author-minded filmmakers. Like
I thought it was going to say a strong filmmaker.
No.
Like you had to be strong.
I mean,
What he said? What he said? It's so
I mean,
soft.
you
What he
might
said?
you might not want to miss a couple gym days holding it either, but
Okay.
I'm right.
persons who have a very author way about the way that they like to make their films, they know exactly how they want everything to look. They know what color they want the M&Ms to be. They know what position they want the glass to be facing. Every shot is a meticulous work of art in their mind. That's who this camera is for, because
Yeah.
it
One-stop shop.
removes, not even a one-stop shop, it just removes a lot of the thinking, as somebody likes to call it, the minutia. It takes away a lot of the minutia, because
But is that a
You're
bad
not-
thing?
It's
well,
horrible.
it's not a bad thing, but it's not for everybody.
Horrible.
It's
I can't rent a
definitely not
gimbal. I can't rent a wireless transmitter.
You can't rent a 68.
I can't rent no focus motor. I can't rent a lens. I can't rent a camera separate. I can't even rent a battery.
You could rent lights, you could rent grip.
What I think will happen with
You
this
see
camera,
where this heading? You
it
see where
will
this
either
heading?
be one of two cases. DJI made this because they said, yo, we can make this, take that, or two, this will actually give a new timeline to what videography will be in the future.
I hate it.
Like,
I'm
they
sorry.
could go all out in the system. Imagine they make a watered down version of the system for half the price. Think about
then
how
it
much
wouldn't be the
people
same thing.
they're
It
killing.
wouldn't be the same thing. It'll defeat the purpose entirely.
Yeah, it
What-
will
what-
kind of
what
be
the
like the
system-
Osmo, and
Yeah,
plenty of people wouldn't take it seriously.
And the Osmo is still a cringy part of my life.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, people wouldn't take it serious.
Yeah,
They did the right thing with the full frame, because that's where Vista Vision is headed. That's where a lot of the big companies are
what
headed.
this is them saying, look, all the other camera manufacturers are sticking to the same formula and giving
Correct.
people
This
you
is
know-
what Nikon should have done.
yeah. I don't
You
disagree.
think about it. If
I do
Nikon
disagree.
did this,
I don't disagree in terms of the concept.
Yeah, because they decided, look, we have the drone market cornered. They
Correct.
have drones locked to the point where they don't even move drones around the factory. Drones move themselves around the factory. Like, they have almost all their market sectors pretty much locked. Yeah, why not go nuts? Why not do something crazy? Well, okay.
call these sectors though, Kyle. Are tempted. What
Well,
sectors they have locked besides drone
Gimbals?
and gimbals?
Yeah, that's about it. They're not trying to do everything. They have handheld
But look-
gimbals. They
Look
have
what they're
drones
doing
in
here. To
different
me, this
size
is everything what
categories.
they're doing here now.
No, but they have drones in
No,
different
this
size
more or
categories.
less, these are drone without wings.
They have gimbals in different size categories now, because I didn't even see the RC coming when they did the Ronin. I didn't think that they would go about that. I thought they would have just do one size fits all like they did with the S.
Oh, the regular S, yeah. But
Yeah.
you know why they did that, right?
Well, no, I couldn't.
That was the Zhiyun forced their hand. Remember, Zhiyun was dropping everything left, right, and center, and then Musa tried to
Mobile
come in. And,
setup.
yeah, Musa tried to come in, sneaky in their way, because they were coming in at an affordable price, and then
Musa
Zhiyun
got me
started.
really excited with that slide
Yes.
pod thing that they were
Yes, actually, I have a customer who has one locally, and he loves it. He say
doing.
he
The
don't
original
play
or the Pro?
I would have to check back the purchase order, but he loves it. The
What is it? The Moza what?
slide pod
Tripod.
is like a tripod slash slider
Oh, okay,
kind of
okay, I get it. I
monopod kind of. It's
Okay.
weird, but
Yeah.
it moves. But I think Zhiyun kind of forced their hand, and Zhiyun started going down in terms of price on the market because they realized they had a small market to capture, whereas DJI was
Up in
kind of
terms of features.
correct. But the problem with Zhiyun is their support / their software is crap. The firmware is crap. DJI has its own issues as well, but DJI still has the hardware definitely unlocked, and their firmwares tend to get revised properly. Yeah, but I hear this camera. Sorry, it's bad for business.
Look, Jason coming in here. There. Hold on.
Jason.
Justin.
Oh, Justin. The fact is, but it gives you everything at your fingertip is one thing, but then the footage coming out of the center is fire. And I think that's what made this turn even more heads. Exactly, VistaVision.
Yeah, the full frame, but them going full frame was the icing on the cake. They could have
Nobody saw it coming.
APS-C. No, yeah, definitely nobody saw that.
There was no proper leaks, nothing. There was like,
and the thing
That's
is,
the
they
truth,
could have
yeah.
gone Micro Four Thirds. and
Happy
people would be like,
Thanksgiving, look at turkey.
okay. But the fact that they went full frame, I feel as though that turned everybody else like, that's full frame.
Yeah.
Shit.
Check
You could use
the.
full frame lens.
You know how you know you're big? When they check Reddit cinematography forum, they don't like to talk about gear. They try to make it sound like we are above gear, we can make anything work. Check this forum. It's like turkey, 40 turkey down the line.
Because it's something different. It's something
It's
innovative.
a real big disruptor.
Yeah. Correct. You use it with this one. Say it again.
It's a big disruptor for sure.
Yeah. Because even when they dropped that Raven Eyes for the RS,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so
See
you're
what now?
trying to
Actually,
let
not
people
it's-
fall back in love with manual lenses again. I was like,
Not
yeah,
Raven Eyes, Kyle. Not Raven Eyes.
No, but the 3D
Wasn't
focus.
it the LiDAR
was
thing?
The Raven
It
Eyes.
was the same LiDAR.
Is Raven Eyes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
3D focus. It's 3D focus.
The
but-
LiDAR system is Raven Eyes?
Yeah.
System.
yeah, Raven Eyes.
No, the Raven
No,
Eyes
no.
is what works with it.
Oh, yeah, but the system had a different name. That was the
Like it's
DJI.
3D focus or something like that.
Yeah, yes. That is it, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 3D
But
focus.
yeah, like it was like wow. I mean, it had flaws, but wow.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
but
was
what
true.
flaws do it work?
Nah,
What?
range. Like I mean, some of those shots you might want to pull down might be outside of the focus with the target range, and then it depends on the
Right.
material of the subject that you're
Yeah,
Yeah,
from
and the
material
green,
size.
the color too,
Yeah,
green. I think it,
but
do,
it
it
wouldn't
doesn't work
reflect
with green.
it wouldn't reflect the laser, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But I was still
what?
like, yeah.
Yeah,
I was thinking
especially
about-
make out now.
Yeah, I was thinking about shooting FETs, and it's
Mhm.
like, oh, it doesn't matter what the lighting is like because the
Mhm.
laser, fire, and
Yeah.
all of that.
And yeah. It make the A7
I mean, I
S3
figure it's
and
part
they
of the
look
show.
like crap. Yeah. Alright.
It just is wow, boy. Like, it's gonna take a while for all of these different products to settle into the market and really find their place, and for people to really dabble and try it out and see what works. But
Mhm.
just the great things that I see coming forward is exciting.
Yeah,
Crazy.
they're just bombarding us with stuff.
Crazy.
You can't even get to think.
You understand?
Like,
I know
I
that I read
like-
and I feel like it's outdated already. Serious.
But the only thing I see that might be the hindrance is that everybody already have this system in
Facts,
terms of
though.
workflow, and where this coming for it just felt as though this is like more of a novelty item. But if this had come before I built my other system, yes, like Kyle said, if this came in 2017, you said, Kyle,
Yeah.
yeah.
but
you would be
remember
like,
too.
yeah. Mhm.
But remember today, even though you already built your system, every year there are people who are now coming into a system who haven't built nothing.
Agreed.
So
True.
if
We figured out.
if DJI played smart,
true.
this could be a standard on a Netflix set. You understand? You will be
If
watching
they
and be
get the
like,
approval.
Yeah, if I get approval, that is game.
Yeah,
over
that's
for a lot of
look,
the
Ken
camera.
coming
all they
in
all
here
they have to
saying
do is
the
pass a little money, and say bam bam bam.
That's true.
And you-
A lot of people are still building. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I
Well,
agree.
you know, and so is exactly as Ken said that the reality is, remember every year somebody coming out of regular school, somebody
Mhm.
coming out of film school,
Yeah.
somebody
Yep.
waking up at the end
Yeah,
realizing
men now learning about shutter and high speed sync.
yeah,
Yeah.
somebody
men
now
learning that.
realizing that they want to hold a camera for the rest of their life tomorrow. So
Yes, son.
yeah, like we not gonna control what they choose when they come into the game. And when they get there and they see what it has on the market and what they could do,
Mm-hmm.
boy, it's a whole different game.
Yep. Anything else you want to cover or anything else? Because it's late.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is Friday. We have our roti and doubles and
I had mine
So
today.
wait. I mean, I ready to push, but I really gonna hit me that rotis for Friday. Talk boy, rotis.
It is
Oh,
every
God.
day.
Yeah, Ken, but it's Kyle, but big up you. Where's the scene?
There's the voice of God self. Just say that.
Voice
Morgan
of
Freeman.
God.
Alright.
But yeah, I think we had a good one, guys. Nobody was expecting us to hit them at 2 for 1 tonight.
True. And we had a
Yeah.
consistent set of numbers. I see it even rising now.
They
Yes,
could
yeah,
get
top
it.
up.
All these night owls who like to edit until 4 in the morning. Don't
I
feel those
understand.
skills.
Don't know what it is with all the creatives.
Yeah, my watch about to start.
You understand? Night watch.
But it's horrible. I don't know why I wake up in the morning
Faxes.
and see messages like 3 o'clock in the morning.
When I
Obiora.
was seeing over
messaging.
there.
See, I'm ready to wrap up.
Yeah,
Manjofi Blanky, yes?
That's right.
The wife not too
Right.
far, I suppose?
She's snoring in the corner over there.
Alright.
You see.
You see, look for we know exactly what I see.
Editing
Alright.
while watching. We are
Oh
the
my
we are
God.
the
Good one,
not the
fella.
podcast, the
I
thing.
will not.
The voice.
I'm not going back on that late night editing thing again.
You don't have
No.
48 hours in a day, so sleep nothing. Feel like I hear about you, you know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know what it
yeah.
is.
You just
When you
talk
up
big
this
enough.
ungodly hour, editing this
Yeah.
ungodly
I'm
we
not
getting the
doing
kids
that.
tomorrow, eh? Yeah, that pre-recorded, or?
Nah, that's why Phil said how bookings close for the rest of the year.
Yeah. That's why you say for you?
Congrats,
Yeah.
man.
You gotta
Congrats,
reach that level, boy.
Congrats.
Do you know I'm one booking away from making my
Your goal?
Your target?
Well,
Yeah,
and if
man.
you make it, it's still a walk.
Congrats,
Full 2
congrats.
months again.
That's it.
And I
2
have
months
I have a
again.
meeting. Yeah, I have a meeting tomorrow. So
What are we talking about?
yeah, so that definitely one more again to make.
Hey.
Fingers crossed. That's good.
Excellent.
That's good.
So guys,
Excellent.
Well, guys, thanks. Well, from 8 to 12, more or
yes,
less.
boy. Wow.
Thanks for the support, boy. Woo. Who are roti and thing to eat now? That's the sad part. Who are thing to eat now? I'm hungry.
When we drink we rum, we only
I
want
know about all that.
Roti.
I know about all that. All right,
Yeah.
guys.
All right.
Pleasant evening. Thanks for supporting us, guys. Thanks for staying up with us as well.
Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Next year.
Bye,
2022.
Paul, Ken, Phyllis. Yes.
happy editing. You bastards.
Have fun with that.
Have fun with that, not me and that, no?
Yeah. Later.